Oh, okay. Whoops. Now I am ready. Okay, there it is. Let's get it. Silver 1, boys. So we're right on the cusp of gold. I think it starts like silver 3 to silver 1. So okay, cool. Pretty sure. Yep. Okay, but here's the cool thing about this. See what BS I'm doing? It keeps making me lose. Exactly, man. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's a beautiful thing to say. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna find out some BS. Let's get it. Okay, back on it. With a Butterman. Sweet, we played Groot the whole game. We got a bunch of kills. High kill game. Let's check her out. Yep, that's good thinking. You know, we're not getting distracted by the stats saying, "Oh my god, look, my stats are so good. Why did I lose?" Because yeah, I mean, basically that means we have something good to work with. So right off the bat, we can also tell, yeah, so the game went down like a full game, right? Rather than like we lost by a huge margin. But there's most likely going to be tons of little stuff throughout the entire match that we can get. But like I was saying, it's good to not get distracted by like, oh, my stats are good, well, it must be my team's fault. Yeah, it's like beyond the stats, you know, there's all kinds of stuff we can do to increase our wins. So let's get it. So we're starting off with the group, man. Yeah. Okay. So it's a rough start right there. Let's go ahead and review that. But what am I searching for here? What am I searching for? Okay, let's go ahead and read it. I was a little surprised because Groot has enough range. He can just about hit this. So I was a little surprised that you're not already shooting. Not that you need to be, but that was just kind of on my mind. His range is really good. So now this is happening. So we got this guy. So we're going to go ahead and focus him for a bit. But we're already getting on top of the squishies, trying to put pressure on them with the walls. So it looks good. He's already kind of, you know, why is he pushing out right on the corner like this? He could be taking advantage of the fact that he's Penny. He could be staying back here, placing mines. You know, he's a distance type of pressure, not a close pressure. So I don't know why he's playing like he's the Hulk or something. So that's kind of what we're starting with. So he's already taking a bunch of damage. So once he started to get below half health, and we can see he's in a weird position. I don't know why he's doing all that. We can use our walls to try to save him. So in our case, we don't have the big wall. You know, because the big wall works really well for saving, but we can like I would immediately put a small wall because at the very beginning of the match, right? So it's nice to have our small walls for attacks, but this situation is like perfect, like just boom, get it done immediately, put the wall in front of him, try to save him as much as we can, and we even would use a second wall for that as well. And then he got pulled, so we didn't know that this was going to happen, but if we would have put that wall down, potentially. I mean, we probably would have put it like right there or something to block this. So I don't know. It might not have even ended up saving him, but yeah, that's one thing we found so far. All right, so now we're starting from here. So this is fine. It's not ideal, but we can definitely work with it. Missing too many shots on her, but she's basically just sacrificing herself. So we can work with that. We're doing pretty well. Good thinking to check back, get info on what's happening. And we're not trying to stick around right here, right? We're trying to get back. We're kind of pushing up, but it's all right. Like, it's not really feeling that comfortable for me to push up, but then it did. You know what I mean? We're just not taking damage, so just go ahead and do it. And good thinking with the wall there, good attacks. Just about got her, but now we have both of these. So if I'm not mistaken, I don't really recognize this, but we have two walls right now, right? So we could wall him off and try to get the kill on him. Yeah, I would have put like a wall like right there, right away, hit him, try to get the extra damage. Then potentially we'd have a second wall to wall him off even more. Pretty good chance we kill him, but if we don't, it's fine, because it is back and he's getting heals and stuff. That's just what I was thinking there. So now we're in a spot where we want to be pretty careful. We don't want to get stuck out here. They might do a Swiss, they might do something, they might do a bunch of stuff that could But we do have a nice protection with this thing, which is very convenient. And we know that if we realize what happened there with the guy getting snatched by Spider-Man, then we know how important it is now. We don't want that to happen. But yep, nice. We were just out there for a second. Now we're back. Quick eyes on the team. So, you know, good mechanics so far. Like, you're quick with the camera. You're taking relatively good positioning. You know, it's pretty aggressive. I would say this is pretty aggressive positioning. I think you'll get away with it. But realistically, we don't have to be this far out. I think you might, just from watching this, you might be underestimating how far his range is. So we can quickly just get accustomed to that in the practice range. Just see how long it actually is. And how long we can put these out. I think it's like 18 meters or something like that. So we don't want to be too far forward. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I think we'll get away with it. It's not like super bad. That's just something I'm picking up on. Yeah, we're trying to hit her, but yeah, we're just going through stuff. And basically, if we want to get an actual kill, yeah, we got to use our walls. And she's notoriously hard to kill because she has a shift that will completely save her life. And it lasts pretty long, and she can get healed during it, her getaway move. And then she has 2 of them, right? So it's not even like just 1 is enough. So she is basically kind of like a distraction. We can't kill her, basically. It's not really going to be our thing to get a kill on her. So we should be focusing everybody else except for her, and only shoot at her when it really makes sense to do so. I mean, like, potentially you can get a surprise kill on her, but realistically, she's most likely just going to use that move and get away, right? So, and then, yeah, we picked up on something's happening in the back line. So they have a Venom and a Spider-Man. So we're not going to be able to play this straight front to back as a group. We're going to have to worry about our back line a lot. And we lost our little guy. And we're probably going to lose this one now, too. So, yeah, now it's just too much. We're just going to die. So this was the kind of the problem with being pushed up. Basically, when I'm here, like, because I didn't really refer to it then, but like in general, I wanted to say something earlier, which was like when we're hanging around right here during certain moments, the problem with that is that it's going to take so long to get back. And then our next spot is here, which isn't the best cover, and then we basically have to make it all the way back here. Going in here will almost never work because they can just cut you off here. So as soon as they get the advantage, they pretty much got it. So it's kind of a tough map in that sense because we're starting here, but we need to be really quick to get the fuck back. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what, like, the whole theory behind what I'm doing here as Groot. That's a big part of it, right? So that would be like on my mind from the very start. I don't want to ever get stuck right here. So I was gonna kind of mention that early on, to be honest. So, but yeah, I think that pretty much clears that up. Is that would have been my mindset from the beginning, right? That I'm aware that the second they break through, I'm basically going to be at a disadvantage until I can get all the way back here. But yeah, so basically what we learned from this, though, this is how I would put it, is that we are getting attacked by the little Spider-Man. So that will totally change my approach to the game and to the positioning and everything like that. But I do have my ultimate. Or that's another cool thing that just happened. I have my freaking ultimate. Alright. So we're locked and loaded, right? We're 100% ready to go. The team fight's going to be happening right here. We're going to need to get our ultimate. The best ultimate we can manage. And judging by our team, we don't have either healing ultimate yet. So that's something we can keep in mind as well. Is that I have mine, and it looks like I might have gotten mine faster than most of the lobby. So I could check this by looking at this. So this is actually really good information for me. That basically, if I can, and I'm not going to force it way too much, but I should look for an ultimate really early. Just because, you know, I can wait for later, but then I might be waiting quite a bit later. Or something like that. You know, it's just an idea. But anyway, yeah, we're ready to go. So now we're looking at this, right? So we don't need to immediately come way out here. Like basically what I'm thinking is I'm gonna need to get around this corner, and then I'm thinking, what am I looking at, right? I'm by myself, so basically I want to be with my team and I want things to be happening while I'm pushing out. I don't want to push out solo, and I didn't even think about or look at this guy at all. But anyway, I don't want to push out solo, and I definitely don't want to overextend solo. I want to be sort of baiting, kind of collecting information, staying alive, dealing with stuff. If we bait somebody in, then we can kind of deal with that while also keeping our plan of that we're going to push out here, and I'm going to try to get a good ultimate. So that would have been what I was thinking. And yeah, we use our walls and stuff like that. That's one of the great things about being this guy, Groot, right? So yeah, it's way too much. I mean, this. Luckily, we have that ability. We can stay alive. Now we're getting distracted this way. But the reality is, because of this, we want to try to stop them out here. So we should pretty much go for it. But we shouldn't have been in this situation in general, right? And I mean, ideally, we would have the comms. That way, this doesn't really happen. That way, we could say, I'm looking to push. I got my ultimate. I want to use it on this first point. I want to try to hold him at this first point. A lot of people don't really have that kind of stuff in their mind. They don't really know that that's what is about to happen. But basically, they have successfully got this point to the finish line as fast as possible because they just were able to. First of all, I mean, it's a substantial mistake by the group to just come out here, just be focused by the whole team and do nothing, and then be pushed back, and then, you know, now they're aware, they're like, oh, there's nobody here, then we can go and do stuff, this type of thing, right? Our Venom is going to try to go out there. He kind of failed his swing, and he didn't have his health anyway, so whatever. So now that's kind of what happened there, right? So we 100% should have been doing something different. I mean, realistically, just going by how that went, because of like the rest of our team is like too vulnerable to these other attacks. So I don't know, man. We needed to get our team back. We needed our team to be back. So maybe it wasn't possible for our team to come back, putting us in a tough situation where we can go for the healing. We can go for the Groot ultimate because quite a few people were around this area, and there's nothing. You know what I mean? We hit that, we basically get all these people, right? Boom, put down the Groot wall, and we try to hit him, but we're probably not going to get the kill. But we might make somebody panic and use their ultimate or whatever. You know what I mean? So that was one option. Or we try to wait for our team. Our team never comes, and this is basically what happens anyway, because they just get the card to be here. So whatever. That's what we're working with. That's a good start. So yeah. So generally, this is a bad push. They have too much of an advantage here. We want to basically play this spot. Yeah, and we also are looking for our team and stuff like that. So we got to start playing the backside a lot, of like being ready to threaten these guys, but while also then immediately playing this way. That's another thing to think about. But the reason why I kind of brought that up is because we're kind of extending forward in a place where it doesn't really make a lot of sense. They kind of have the advantage here, so we don't want to be like pushing forward. That basically gives them an opportunity where it's not ideal for them to be trying to do this right now. They should be more protected from the back and the front. And we shouldn't be trying to play this high up anyway. So all of this stuff is kind of making them vulnerable. So yeah, now they're totally gone. This guy's dying again. Not too surprising from him from what we've seen. But yeah, I mean, we could have avoided all this stuff by doing what I was talking about, right? One thing we already know. We don't want to push this. Just doesn't make sense. Their spawn is right there. They have too much of an advantage all the time. You could try to play this a bit, but realistically, the fight always happens like around here. We could be thinking about, I want to use my ult. But I'm not going to use my ult by like pushing forward and trying to get something crazy to happen. I want them to kind of come to me. And again, we want to specifically avoid pushing up, not only because it's not that good of a spot, but because we want to protect. We want to be keeping better care of these guys now. Not that we have to always be turned around, but it's like that kind of, we need to play both sides now. And now it's just like a mess. Like he's using his ultimate right now. It's literally just two healers by themselves.